it seems that a major stumbling block within the tobacco control and tobacco harm reduction communities, especially in tobacco control, is the overemphasis on the precautionary principle and prevention of youth initiation of tobacco nicotine products, but at the expense of the 1.1 billion adult smokers. It's almost as if the adult smokers and their voices are completely being ignored. It strikes me that your RECEPT principle puts that into a better perspective, where youth prevention is absolutely a part of the tobacco control, the tobacco harm reduction, but that there's a clear intent on reaching out to help the adult smoker, which Derek also said was the whole intent of World No Tobacco Day, is to help adult smokers and connect with them. Am I correct in this, Derek and Heino?
Well, maybe, Heino, if I can comment and put on my epidemiological hat again. I think that aside from they're the general concerns about kids taking it up, and I'm not going to go into it. I think they're severely overblown in so many ways, because there's an assumption that nicotine is going to fry the brains of young people, which it's not. Well, it's going to have these terrible effects on gateway leading to smoking and maybe other drugs, which it doesn't. But aside from that, there's a more fundamental reason why we really need to focus with greater vigor on the adult smoker, particularly the adult smoker, I would say almost over the age of 35 or even 40. And the reason is that if we are truly interested in lowering the death and disease rates, which is ultimately what tobacco control is about, the fastest way to do it is to focus on the adult smoker with an established smoking behavior. If you address their needs, you will show within 15 years, which still seems long, but it's pretty short in epidemiological terms, the start of a decline in cardiovascular disease, cancer, chronic lung disease, and a range of other associated conditions linked to smoking, which means that the benefit to the individual will accrue relatively quickly. It'll accrue to the government in terms of their healthcare costs, which are becoming substantial with an aging population. And it'll accrue to the society, because when people give up a product and move to something else, they open their minds to other healthier activities. Compare that to what happens if not a single kid starts smoking or vaping today, not one. It'll be 50 years plus before we start seeing any benefits in terms of serious health, mortality, and healthcare costs. So I've really not understood why it is that we've opted to not take on the needs that are facing us over the next 15 years and opt to rather do what may be in the best interests of society 50 plus years from now and ignore the parents of the kids who may or may not be about to smoke or vape today.
Okay, many thanks, Derek. And continuing what you said, I have to say I'm a little bit irritated as well, because smoking is the biggest avoidable health risk for Germans. Annually, some 127,000 people die prematurely from tobacco-related health problems. We spend over 100 billion euros every year for the consequences of smoking. Another very important date is 450,000 people are treated inpatient every year, and these are tremendous costs. These are tremendous health damages we are facing every year. And so far, I'm a little bit irritated that not more is invested and done in order to get these figures down. Actually, we have a smoker rate, a prevalence rate from 31% in the adult population. This is a high consumption country with not even having a public advertisement ban on smoking products until 2024, then it will come into force completely. So these are all, let's say, facts that should irritate us, why governments are not spending more attention, paying not more attention and spending not more, let's say, funding into ways of how people can switch, can quit also from vaping. smoking. So this is a miracle for me, to be honest. Another last date is that in the age group from 12 to 17, only 6% do say, yes, I smoked in the last week. And this is a decrease, which is historical, I have to say. In the 2000 years, we had a smoking prevalence of 20-25% in that age group. So this is going down, fortunately. While we are discussing, let's say, the health risks of combustible cigarettes, it's completely out. It's a no-go. You are supposed to be a loser once you smoke in this age group. And we should look deeper into it, what we can learn from how the youth is perceiving health risks in order, let's say, to extrapolate it to the adult population. And then we should be aware that we should go a little bit deeper in the individual's strategies of how to quit smoking, either using electronic nicotine delivery systems or, let's say, switch completely into abstinence. But we know too few about these individual successful strategies. And so far, my plea to go deeper into it and, let's say, to have a sort of a political resolution which can be beneficial for these efforts.